Benjamin Netanyahu is an Israeli politician who served as the Prime Minister of Israel from 1996 to 1999 and then again from 2009 to 2021. He was also the leader of the Likud party, a right-wing political party in Israel, from 1993 to 2021. Netanyahu was born in Tel Aviv, Israel in 1949, and grew up in Jerusalem. He joined the Israeli Defense Forces in 1967 and served in the Yom Kippur War in 1973. After leaving the military, Netanyahu worked for a time in the private sector before entering politics. Netanyahu's political views are generally conservative, and he has been a strong advocate for Israel's security and a tough stance against terrorism. He has also been a proponent of expanding Jewish settlements in the West Bank, a policy that has been controversial both within Israel and internationally. During his tenure as Prime Minister, Netanyahu oversaw significant economic growth in Israel, as well as a number of military operations against militant groups in Gaza and elsewhere. He was also involved in negotiations with the Palestinians over a potential peace agreement, although these efforts did not result in a final deal. In 2021, Netanyahu was replaced as Prime Minister by Naftali Bennett after an inconclusive election result. He remains a major figure in Israeli politics and continues to be a vocal advocate for Israel's interests. Benjamin Netanyahu comes from a family with a strong history of involvement in Israeli politics and public service. His father, Benzion Netanyahu, was a noted historian and served as a prominent Zionist activist, while his brother, Yonatan Netanyahu, was a highly decorated Israeli soldier who was killed in action during the 1976 Bibi raid in Uganda. Netanyahu himself has had a long and distinguished career in Israeli politics. He served as Israel's ambassador to the United Nations in the 1980s and as Minister of Foreign Affairs in the 1990s. He was first elected as Prime Minister in 1996 and served until 1999, and was then re-elected in 2009 and served until 2021, making him the longest-serving Prime Minister in Israeli history. During his time in office, Netanyahu oversaw significant economic growth in Israel, as well as the development of the country's high-tech sector. He was also a strong advocate for Israel's security and took a tough stance against terrorism, leading several military operations against militant groups in Gaza and elsewhere. Netanyahu's policies, particularly regarding Israeli settlements in the West Bank, have been controversial both within Israel and internationally. However, he has also been credited with playing a key role in the development of Israel's relationships with other countries, particularly in the Arab world. Outside of politics, Netanyahu is a published author and has written several books on issues related to Israeli politics and foreign policy. He has also been a vocal advocate for Israel's interests on the world stage, and has been recognized with numerous awards and honors for his contributions to Israeli public life. Benjamin Netanyahu has been married 3 times. His first marriage was to Miriam Weizman in 1972, and the couple had 2 children together. They divorced in 1978. Netanyahu's second marriage was to Fleur Katz in 1981, but the marriage ended in divorce in 1984. In 1991, Netanyahu married his third wife, Sarah Benadzi. The couple has 2 children together and has been married for over 30 years. Netanyahu's marital status has not played a significant role in his political career, and he has largely kept his personal life separate from his public persona as a politician and statesman.